If it's a year and she doesn't like night driving, you probably have picked up that she doesn't like night driving after so long.
And if this is the first time she said it, so I mean, we don't. There would be
There's
questions
a lot of questions, lots of questions
so,
in these.
2 drinks in. This is from Mr. Accuracy 45.
Okay.
Girlfriend of 1 year slept at her exes and didn't tell me, so this is a little bit lighter. Hey all, I more just need to vent. I recently found out snap maps that my girlfriend is staying at the night at her ex's. Okay. She has a child with him. She didn't tell me this, and when I asked about it, she told me she didn't think it was a big deal. Okay. That she only stayed because she doesn't like night driving. Right. It was around supper time and she was picking up her daughter. Okay. She claimed she was sleeping with her daughter, but I don't know how to handle this. I've never questioned her loyalty before, but after tonight, I don't know what to think. Okay. She seems to think she didn't cross any major boundary and seems to think that because they had a kid together, this is okay. But I feel as if this should be something I'm made aware about, not so much as asking permission, but just a heads up.
Okay. I mean, there's a couple things here, but I think the overall is if I'm going into this and let's say my girlfriend sleeps over at the ex, but here's the thing, like they have a kid together, so I would
heads up is reasonable.
Yeah, it's reasonable. I mean, it's not uncommon. It's a conversation. If she doesn't like night driving, she doesn't like night driving. If she just didn't call you, she just didn't call you. I mean, sometimes that kind of happens. I think that if this was something that really needs to be explored a little bit more, I would let her know in the conversation and be like, hi, this made me feel really uncomfortable. Next time, please let me know what the plan is. Like if you're doing something like that, so I know that you're safe, I know everybody's okay, so I know where you're at if you do go over there, because you being with your ex, I understand that you have a kid together, but that makes me uncomfortable. That makes me uncomfortable in this whole relationship, because I don't, for obvious reasons, but like I think is it's a reasonable request if I'm not stepping out of bounds. I mean, because that's just communication, you just gotta have that. Holding on to it though and being like, oh man, you keep going over your ex's house, like, okay, they have a kid together.
And he's not doing that. So, no. It becomes suspect, and it allows for space for suspicion, which is not smart on her part. No. But you didn't blow it out of proportion. You just asked and observed something, and you asked for something reasonable, a heads up. Right. I think that's good enough. And you just, if she says you did nothing, you can't prove it, all right. But then something happens again, that's just not going to look good on her part, right? And that'll either be from her own negligence of not caring to tell you she's going to do that, or something's actually happening, right? Because she can have feelings for her ex still because they had a kid together. It's no big deal. It should be, come on, you think there's just no emotion there anymore? If she's okay with staying there, there's still some emotion, which could be totally understandable. And you're just a boyfriend and he's the baby daddy, right?
Yeah,
you're in a different level. So I mean, you gotta, it's a jungle out there, and he understands that, but he's being very reasonable about it, which is great. Just give her, if she doesn't ever do it again, then it was an honest mistake, and if she does, then that's something for you to take into consideration. Be the same thing if this was us telling this to a woman about a guy.
Right.
Same.
It would be the same thing. I would also say, like, hey, have you ever talked to the ex? If you're with this woman who has a kid together, you've obviously spent time with the kid. The dad in this situation, I mean, if I would have the dad talk to the boyfriend, because he's going to be around your child. So this would be a conversation between the two of you where it's like, hey, you're going to be around my kid. Like, I want to know that you're cool. Like, that you're not like a shady person. No. So I would think that they would have this kind of conversation. And I think building those kinds of healthy relationships should be something that we make a regular thing. Not so much like, oh, she has a new boyfriend, or oh, she's back with her ex. It's like, no, man, like there's a fourth person.
But they've been together for a year. To stay over, sleep over at the ex man's house. It doesn't feel good. It doesn't. There's something. It's just like there's something. If it's too now,
it becomes a long time though. This is
what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. This is new boyfriend. I'd be like, bro, back off. You've been here for like a month.
Yeah, but I mean, like, still, a year is a long time.
Yeah.
And in the same vein, it's also not a long time in some respects. But I think, like, I don't know too much about this situation where they should be having. Hopefully, they've had this conversation, or at least gotten together and had this conversation, because they've had this long of an interaction, and there's so many people in the world who are like, well, I'm never gonna meet that ex. I don't want to meet that ex because
just the I don't like night driving thing. I don't know how I feel about that. And it was around supper time. I mean, I don't know where they are in the country.
5 o'clock, it's pretty dark around here.
Yeah, it's dark here at 3. So, but then why are you picking up your daughter when it's nighttime if you don't like night driving, right? Like I would grill a guy that way. But so why are you going over to this girl's house if you don't like to night drive at night?
If it's a year and she doesn't like night driving, you probably have picked up that she doesn't like night driving after so long.
And if this is the first time she said it, so I mean, we don't.
There's a lot of questions, lots of questions in these.
But your request is reasonable. Say, hey, just give me a heads up. Okay, cool, no problem, babe. I'm sorry. Then that's really it. And then if nothing happens ever again, no big deal. Yeah. It's just whatever. But if something happens again, it's unfortunate.
Yeah.
So I think we're in the same spot on that one, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Like, just communicate.